Baylor, Strain, Govan, Hott, Binford, Colossus, Tovin, Vovoda, and Pylon. First pitch, Yvette, we're ready to roll.
Lexi Delpre in the circle for the Cajuns. Spin is going to be her best asset.
She's got 2 victories, 2 of the victories for the Cajuns, 2 of the 5.
Rise ball pitcher. She's a transfer from Florida, and she's fully healthy.
And, we had the Cajuns had such a good showing for Riaceto on Friday. And if Delbray gets going, Sam Landry's even more dangerous.
Absolutely.
All right, 3-0 to start things off. So Delbray trying to find her way. Mackenzie Wilson, 1 for 3 with a double on Friday night.
Coach Robichaud, who is the pitching coach, says she's working to gain confidence back after dealing with injuries last year.
Yeah, got the tools, but overcoming a lot of that mental stuff too. This one fouled back, and now 3-2. So after falling behind 3-0, now 3-2. Last couple strikes for Delbray. Yvette, I notice you have the window closed.
It's too chilly for me, Scott.
All right, lacing one into the hole and off the fence, and right off the start, Mackenzie Wilson will come in with a double.
No, working from behind sometimes gets you in that hole. I'm sure that's a pitch that probably bleeds too much over the white. And that is something that the Baylor Bears did not have in the first game.
Yeah, in fact, they didn't get a hit. 4th inning, 5th inning? So Taylor Strain, the right fielder, in. She did not play Friday night, hitting .500, 3 for 6.
Yeah, that's a definite change in the lineup for them.
1 ball, no strikes on Strain.
And the Bears, this is a key right here. Since they scored no runs on Friday night, they certainly would like to get things started early.
Well, and early on, they have not scored a lot of runs, even in their victory against McNeese earlier in the week. Foul back.
Still so early in the season, everybody trying to find themselves.
2 balls, 1 strike. Bunt down the left field side. Valdez with the scoop and the throw. Mackenzie Wilson advances to third.
But does its job. Strain does her job, and moving the runner to third, you always want a positive at-bat.
Now, you and I were singing Govan's praises Friday night, Yvette, saying, I mean, this young lady could be incredibly dangerous.
Well, she is an All-American and possesses big-time power for the Bears. Something that they don't have in abundance. They have some power, but not outstanding power.
A ball and no strikes. She just has a presence.
Although the Bears have 6 home runs and the Cajuns have 8.
1-1. And as you know extremely well, the fans have already turned out bright and early on this Sunday morning, or Sunday lunchtime.
2 games today.
Yeah.
The weather was, I mean, it would have been tough to play yesterday. You kind of just trying to survive. The wind was 15, 20 mile an hour. Oh, there's a RBI
this
here.
This will bring in a run. Nice shot by Govan right down the line. Wilson in. Bears go up 1-0, and Govan has an RBI to start things off in the top of the first. Let's watch it again, Yvette. Good rip right around it.
And I'm sure this is something that Coach Moore talked about, trying to get an early lead, scoring first. Of course, all coaches want that. But they've been slow starters, and we've got a conference at the mound already. Coach Robichaud, and trying to calm down maybe Delpre a little bit.
Well, she's fallen behind every hitter. And just to settle her down, saying, look, it's 1 run, and this is a marathon. We potentially have 7 innings here, maybe more.
Let's work ahead. It's It's the secret. Work ahead, stay ahead, don't lose your head.
Which is easily done. Emily Hott, 444. Ball gets past Rowe. Rowe has moved from third to catcher. Have a high toss there.
We've got some depth at that catching position. You got Piscus, you got Valdez. Now we get to see Rowe. A little bit of a shaky start for the Cajuns here.
Hott 1 for 3 Friday night. Hitting 444, 4 for 9. Scored a couple runs, got a double, have a homer. Fouled off to the left side.
Delpre is a junior. As we said, she is a transfer from Florida, University of Florida.
Delpre 2 wins, 3.71 ERA, 3 appearances. This is her 4th, of course. Another liner. This will come down the left field line. Another Bear coming in.
Look at that throw.
And she's gone. Wow. What a toss.
Great job by Maddie Hayden. And as we've talked about with these two coaches, no hesitation. No way Glenmore was stopping her, but look at this throw from Maddie Hayden.
Got her
what a play.
Got her on the elbow just before the hand hit the plate.
Maddie Hayden, she's just a baller. She can play in the infield, can play in the outfield.
Oh, you've got money in the bank, right? I mean,
and she comes up with the big plays, you know. That just saved the Cajuns from going down into a little bit of a deficit here.
So 2 outs. Hott on second, but still 1-0 ball game. What a great throw by Maddie Hayden. I thought for sure that was the second run. Here we go, Aaliyah Benford. She pitched Friday night, did a great job. Swing and a miss. She's hitting 222, 2 for 9.
Yeah, Scott, she was really a hard luck loser. We saw one of the better changeups in the game from her.
Low and inside.
Of course, we have a 20-second pitch clock now, but what I really like, again, I keep saying it, Delpre is working quick. It's good for everybody, good for the fans, good for the defense. They're not back on their heels. There's no question. She's kind of struggling with that strike zone.
Low and inside again, brings us to 2-2. Yeah, moved up that clock on pitches from 25 seconds to 20 seconds. Might not seem like much, but it adds up. This one high, off the glove of Rowe. Hott will go to third. Calling this one a wild pitch, and deservedly so.
Did they call the first one a wild pitch, or was it a pass ball?
That one I didn't get.
Yeah. Could have been either or.
Fouled off to the left side, full count.
Baylor Bears are applying some pressure here. If the Cajuns get out of this with just giving up 1 run, I think that's a victory.
Delpre fouled it off. So Aaliyah Benford hanging in there, still a full count. Emily Hott on third. Bears already up 1-0. Fouled it back again.
As we said, she is a rise ball pitcher, so Rose really got to catch the top of the ball. A couple of pitches have gotten away, but they were wild pitches, but she's going to have to be a wall back there. And like I said, you have to catch the top of the ball.
And this one comes in high, a walk, and the Bears with 2 outs, but runners on third and first now.
See if Glenmore elects to run here at first and third. Do have 2 outs.
This one to left field, but just foul to the left. Hayden gave it a little chase. Sydney Colossus, the catcher. Excellent catcher. She was just awesome as well on Friday night for the Bears. Hitting .250, 3 for 12, got a double, 1 for 3 Friday night. Double dip softball in Lafayette, Louisiana. Glad to have you guys with us.
Fans still pouring into the stands.
And if you're watching, we have 2 games today because of yesterday's postponement. So first game, of course, started around noon, and then the second game will start 30 minutes after the first one. So come on down if you are in Lafayette, somewhere in Acadiana. Right to Ellistat. Ellistat makes the grab on the soft liner. And the Cajuns, well, avoid more damage, but the Bears, aggressive play and getting them on the board. 1-0 Baylor, and the Raging Cajuns just coming back.
Fantastic job by Maddie Hayden in left field. Avoided another run against the Cajuns.
Maya Davis hitting 400, 10 for 25 on the year. This one just past the shortstop. She'll add to that and make it 400 and something.
And that's the way you want to answer as a team.
And then comes the problem, or the challenge for a really good pitcher in Riley Crandall.
Riley.
Is that you've got last year's stolen base champion across the country at first base.
Riley Crandall will throw in the 66, 68 mile an hour range. She's got a rise, a screw, a drop, a curve, a change.
Oh, she's
got all that.
Yeah.
Just a sophomore, and Lynn Moore thinks she's really going to be good. So,
facing Maddie Hayden, moving up the lineup here for the second game of this series. Hayden 391. She was 2 for 2 Friday night.
You know, you talk about the Cajuns running, but Sydney Colossus has been outstanding this series.
Throughout Maya Davis Friday night.
She, she has controlled the running game completely from behind the plate. Both catchers have done a fantastic job.
2-0 on Hayden. This one will go into right center. Will it drop? It will drop right at the base of the fence. A ground rule double going over the fence. And just where she wanted it to be, where no one else was.
What a player Maddie Hayden is.
And let's watch it again, Yvette. That one had some pop.
Yeah, it was a gapper all the way. Maddie Hayden comes up with a defensive gem, and now she helps her team offensively with a double.
Complete player, Mr. Rard?
Oh, complete player. I'd put her on my team.
And as you said, she's part of a Hayden
dynasty.
Dynasty legacy, yeah. So Riley Crandall in a bit of trouble to start things off in the bottom of the first. Much like Delphray was for the Cajuns. Cajuns on third and second, no outs. Alexa Langleer's hitting .455, probably the hottest Cajun hitter.
Ooh,
comes inside, trying to get Davis. Davis gets back. Langleer's 1 for 3 Friday night, a run, an RBI, hit a beautiful homer in the fifth to make it 4-0. Crandall coming high and outside. Crandall 1.45 ERA. She started a couple games, only 2 earned runs. She hasn't had a lot of run support in the early going.
Trying to stay away from Langleers and Walker in the process, and the bases are loaded.
The bases are juiced, nobody out for the Raging Cajuns, and Brooke Ellistat, the shortstop for the Cajuns, hitting .333 on the year, 8 for 24, 3 doubles, a homer, 4 RBI, 0 for 2 Friday night with a walk. And both pitchers little erratic right now, Yvette.
Yeah, trying to find the strike zone. Both offenses have come to play today. The Cajuns have a chance here to bust it wide open.
Crandall with 4 walks, entered the game with 4 walks. That's her 5th. comes in a little low. We welcome you again. Yvette Gerard Field, Lamson Park. 20 minutes into this ball game. 1-0 Baylor, but the Cajuns have the bases juiced. Right back to the pitcher. She'll go for the force at home. She'll go for the throw to first, and the double play.
There's a backbreaker. And I talked about, you always want a positive at bat.
You don't often get to say 1, 2, 3, but that's what it was. 1, 2, 3, and suddenly Baylor has a chance to get out of this.
Good defense by the Bears.
Right back to Crandall. Great grab.
As you said, they can help themselves at getting out of this inning.
Sophie Piskus hitting .333. Holds up. They're still going to call it a strike, though.
Sophie Piskus is, well, she's leading the team that's out there right now for the Cajuns with 7 RBIs. Got a chance to add to that.
The Cajuns have done a lot in the early going with 2 outs. Let's see what they do here. Piskus, slow roller to first. And what was once bases juiced with nobody out, Baylor just works their way out. Riley Crandall works her way out. And we are tied 0-0 as we've gone through 1 full inning. How about that, Yvette Gerard?
Crandall feels her position and gets herself as a rise ball pitcher. Locker is a drop ball pitcher. She's a power pitcher. She's going to throw in the 66, 67 mile an hour range. So we should see a lot of ground ball outs. Perfect pitcher for if the game had been played yesterday with the wind blowing 20 to 25 miles an hour. She certainly would have been the perfect pitcher yesterday.
Denali Lecker, 2.47 ERA. She's appeared 3 times, 5.2 innings pitched, given up 5 runs, with only 2 of them earned, 7 hits, 9 strikeouts.
And the Cajuns have been known to, now Delpre could come back in, unlike baseball. If you start, you can re-enter. The Cajuns have been known to use many pitchers in a game. They could go through their whole lineup.
Yeah, Jerry Glasgow not afraid to work on his staff, and especially now's the time to do it early in the season.
And more of a baseball mentality of using a staff. In this game, these girls have grown up just throwing, 3 and 4 games in a row in tournaments, which is not a good thing, but it's been like that forever.
Amber Tovin, the shortstop, number 36 for the Bears. She was 0 for 2 Friday night, hitting 100, 1 for 10 on the year. 0-2 on Tovin. Open for the outside corner.
Did she go? No.
And third base umpire says no.
Good call, but gosh, Scott, that's a thing that's a play that has changed considerably in this game. It's sometimes I'm like, oh, good Lord, how much did she offer? No, but sometimes that's a strike.
That was close.
Seems like you don't have to do much these days for it to be called a strike.
Well, the previous pitch was close. This one was not. Now 2-2 on Amber Tovin. Denali Lecker, the second Raging Cajun pitcher. Baylor up 1-0, top of the second. Line drive. This one's going to drop softly and roll to the fence. Maya Davis will get it, throw it, but in standing up is Amber Tovin.
Bears have brought their bats today. Let's see what this pitch is. It's a good piece of hitting. You see that she stays on that ball long. I think it was an outside pitch. Couldn't really tell from that angle. Drop ball pitchers, sometimes they get the ball elevated.
So Shannon Vovoda, she had the RBI single for the Bears, pushing through the only run for Baylor Friday night.
He's batting .500 at the
she did it as a pinch hitter.
8 spot. Yeah, she only has 2 at-bats, and she got 1 hit, so that's batting .500.
500, good average to bring in. No one's going to look at the at-bats, so they're going to say, oh, I hit 500.
Well, that's the way you get yourself in the lineup.
Delivering and get more attention from the head coach?
If you can hit, you will play.
A coach will find a spot for you.
Absolutely.
Voda fouls us off to the left side, 1-1. Inside pitch.
You see that drop ball there. And you can throw the ball through the zone, but it has to move through the zone.
One and two on Voda.
Good change up, right time.
Yep, nice pitch.
Got herself out of a jam, and that's a good-looking changeup. She's going to want to pull that out of her back pocket more often.
And again, comes in, tries to hold up, and then, but...
And you know, I think that's the first one we see.
Yeah. You're a connoisseur of good changeups, aren't you, Coach Gerard?
Well, I just think you have to have it in this game because, you know, eventually they just time you up.
Yeah.
But you've got to throw the balance off of the hitter.
Give them a
timing.
Little, give them a little something else to think about.
Got to throw that timing off. It's all about timing, balance.
Presley Pylon. This one down first base.
That was awfully close to going down
really
that line.
Really close. I thought.
I didn't see anybody complaining at first. I'm kind of blocked by the camera up here. At first, I thought it was a fair ball. Let's see here. And it is. See, fair. Wow.
But close.
Oh, very close. Seemed like it went over the bag fair.
Right up the middle. That'll bring in another Baylor run.
See
Pylon delivers.
Oh, they respect. They respect Maya Davis's arm. The Bears have kind of run themselves out of a few scores here, so a little respect there. Of course, it was short center field. And you have, well, it's one out.
Yeah, I was all set to give the Bears a second run. Looked like, oh, it's a no-brainer. Nice job by Maya Davis.
Well,
brings back Mackenzie Wilson, the center fielder. She doubled in the first inning.
Ball's hit sharp and hard, and, of course, it's artificial surface out there, so it tends to, you know, travel a little faster. I was anxious to see that play, though. See what Maya Davis could do on that relay to home. So far, the Cajuns have an outstanding play from the outfield.
Oh, and there was a good one. Hayden had another good one Friday night, too, with the throw out at home.
Right.
So Mackenzie Wilson, again, she doubled in the first, scored that run that made it 1-0. Facing Denali Lecker, the second pitcher for the Cajuns, outside corner.
Here we go, first and third. Good pitch to steal on.
And third and second now for the Bears with one out.
It's an awfully tough defensive play, first and third in this game. Unlike baseball where the base paths are so much longer.
Mm-hmm. This one through the hole. Now that second run I was giving Baylor will come in.
Cajuns doing a good job of getting the ball in from the outfield, though, to stop runs, and got another timeout here.
Through the hole off the right side, and the Baylor Bears now lead 2-0. Coach Thibodeau coming out to talk to Lecker.
Oh, and the wind is just picked up again, and it's not ideal situation for pitchers to throw in, but it is what it is.
Faking the throw, and now back to third and second for the Bears. Taylor Strain at the plate, sacrificing the first inning.
Once again, the Bears are running on a good pitch. That was a ball kind of in the dirt a little bit.
Strain did not play Friday night, and in her first at bat, she moved Wilson over to third in the first inning.
Pitch a little high for Blue. Thought that might be a strike.
Coming right down the middle, but a touch high, as coach says.
And the coaches are, you know, both staffs are trying to figure out what their rotation will be in the mound.
Foul ball off to the left side.
You know, no question the Cajuns have Sam Landry as their number one. And Baylor really likes their staff, and they do indeed have a staff. We saw Binford throw very well. Hard luck loser.
Ground ball to second. Langoliers bobbles it. The throw out, but a run scores, and it's now 3-0.
And this is what I always talk about. This is for all the little girls out there. A positive at-bat. Hit the ball to the right side so the girl on third can score. And it's a really good ball hit to the right side because it takes her away from home plate. If she was going to try and make a play, she had no play at the plate. She has to go to first.
So with 2 out, Baylor up now 3-0.
Sometimes kids are taught, you know, just hit the ball hard. No, in this situation, you want to hit the ball to the right side.
Shea Govan drove in the first run for Baylor with a single. Has an opportunity to drive in another with 2 outs. Inside corner, not going to give it to her. Two balls, no strikes. Shea Govan, the first baseman.
Once again, if the Cajuns can get out of this with only giving up 3 runs, that's a plus.
This one, another one through the hole. Another run scores for Baylor, 4-0. This one right under the glove of Valdez. And Govan has another RBI.
Of course, if the coaches come out, they will have to make a change. So probably the best hitter in the lineup for the Baylor Bears, and she comes through.
Gave it a good chase, Valdez did, and all set on the back end, but also just right and perfectly placed. And the Bears are coming out and swinging the bats probably for the best they have all season long.
Well, as we said Friday night, Glenn Moore says this is one of the top 5 teams in his history.
And we may be starting to see the reason why. Emily Hott, she singled in the first. Entered the game hitting .444. Had a base hit Friday night. Has another one today. High and outside. 2-1. Denali Lecker getting in some work, having a tough second inning, trying to get out of this one. Nice pitch.
There's that changeup. That's a winner.
2-2. We appreciate you guys joining us on a Sunday afternoon here in Lafayette. To fouls this one off.
Come out and join us. It's a nice sunny day. Bring your blanket.
Yeah, bring your blanket now because Thursday or Friday it's going to be around 80 degrees.
Gosh, it's just our weather.
That's the old saying, if you don't like the weather in South Louisiana, stick around for a day. This one low, we've got a full count now. Full count on Emily Hott. As I said earlier, probably been the best hitter for the Bears in the early going. Their 1-3 start. Hott fouls another one off, hanging in there, making Lecker work.
Sam Rowe doing a good job on that pitch before, blocking it. Don't want to run in scoring position because of a wild pitch or a pass ball.
Baylor Bears off to a 4-0 lead. Game 1 of a doubleheader. 2, Alred, the out. But the Bears do more damage, 3 runs. We've gone through 1.5. Your score, number 23, Baylor, 4, Raging Cajun. Crandall continues to pitch well, entered the game with a 1.45 ERA in 2 starts. And got herself out of a big bases loaded jam with no out and then just, pitch smart.
Well, what she needs to do here is fill up the strike zone. She has a nice lead. Her offense gave her a good cushion here. And she's started off 2-0, exactly what you really don't want to do.
Raging Cajuns trying to get something going here. Lauren Alred, the first baseman. Alred's batted cleanup through most of the season. She's come down to 6 for today's outing. Looking to get started, hitting 158, 3 for 19. She does have 5 RBIs and a great eye. She's walked 6 times.
Yeah, a lot of, again, it's so early in the season. Some of these hitters are really good hitters. Talking about Allred, of course, that's not a good pitch that she swung at. And I continue to say, if you want to be a good hitter, you have to swing at strikes.
May that also be a bit of frustration because hasn't gotten going really?
She might have gotten fooled with that rise ball, and that's a good screwball right there. So good assortment of pitches there for Crandall.
Down goes Alred, 1 out. Riley Crandall's retired the last 4. Victoria Valdez, the third baseman. We saw her play an excellent catcher position Friday night.
I'll tell you, both catchers for both teams were just outstanding. Anybody that tried to run, they gunned them down.
Valdez crowding the plate, but nice pitch because Riley Crandall says, I own the inside corner of that plate. She got it. 0-1. Valdez swings at a high one.
Crandall doing a very good job of hiding the ball. You know, in baseball, they do such a good job in that windup of hiding the ball. Softball, not so much sometimes, but you can see here, look, you will not see this ball until there. Makes it tough for the hitter.
High foul ball just to the left of third base. 0-2 on Victoria Valdez. Valdez, a sophomore from Alvin, Texas. She holds up on this one, 1-2. This Baylor team, veteran team, made it to a regional last year, Salt Lake City.
Coach Moore says finally a team with experience, 7 seniors, good leadership, talks about being strong up the middle. Got a lot of kids that can go 2 ways. Play third, catch, pitch, hit.
Valdez gets a hold of this one. It's high. Shortstop dropping back. And the stop by Amber Tovin. Nice catch. 2 out.
Crandall doing her job.
Sam Rowe coming out now. Rowe's another one. Rowe actually is one of the few Raging Cajun hitters that they're looking to get started. I'd say Allred would probably be the other one. Rowe only hitting 176, 3 for 17. Does have 3 RBIs, and like Allred, has 6 walks. A good eye, but waiting for the bat right now to match up with her great defense. We saw her play some really good stuff at third base Friday night, catching today. Ball high and inside, 1-1.
From Florida, another Niceville High School, Florida. Niceville, that's go through that to get to Pensacola, right?
Yep, you do. Hard swing and a miss.
Crandall's got the Cajuns a little fooled right now with that rise ball. Thrown a little bit harder than the previous Bear pitchers. As we said, 66 to 68. Of course, you usually don't throw your rise ball.
Fouls it off.
That's a screw that Rowe wishes she could have back because that ball leaked over the white a lot.
And now you got to have a short memory about your regret and move forward. What's the next one?
Absolutely.
This one just outside.
They're trying to get her to chase. Rose said she'll have none of that.
So we're at 2-2 on Sam Rowe. 2 outs. Baylor Bears up 4-0. Jammed her a little bit. Foul ball.
Came back with that screwball again. Boy, what a difference in the weather from yesterday, huh, Scott? It's actually pretty out there.
I was watching the gusts of wind and the.
But I'm glad we're in here.
You and I are both glad we closed our windows or have kept them closed.
Oh, yeah.
This one comes in high, full count now on Sam Rowe. So Riley Crandall has really hit a good rhythm. You know, Cajuns had the bases loaded with no outs in the bottom of the first. Crandall got out of that. She helped herself out with a couple good plays.
She did. She made some big pitches in big situations.
Rowe pops this one out. Lazy fly ball to left field. Nice catch. Emily Hott puts it away, and the Baylor Bears have kept things going with 3 up, 3 down against the Raging Cajuns.
Yeah,
so 4-0.
You know, Scott, that was a nice catch because you saw that the wind kind of played with that
and
ball
right
a
at the
little
end,
bit. Yeah.
that'll maybe that second
Riosetta
piece.
definitely made her case for being the second pitcher out or even the first, but you've got to have more than one in this game now. You used to be able to rely on almost one arm to get you to the College World Series and even throw everything, but
well,
too
my early days of covering you, it was, you know, Kyla Hall and then on occasion Missy Scow.
Just too much technology out there now. The hitters are so advanced. And
Kim Heath pitched a little bit for
yes,
you,
she
too,
did.
that
She
in
did.
the early 91 season.
He was a two-way player, could pitch and hit.
Yeah.
Pretty good hitter.
All right, 0-2.
You're bringing back some names, Scott.
Well, I'm glad I remember these names.
When you really covered us.
I'm glad I remember the names, Yvette. Ground ball foul.
Kim Heath became an FBI agent. I got a great story about Kim Heath. I'm over in right field getting things ready for a practice, and this gentleman walks through the right field gate, and he flips his wallet open, and he shows me an FBI badge. And I thought, oh, my God, what did somebody do on this team? Oh, my God. And he was checking her background. But I thought somebody was in serious trouble for a while.
Aaliyah Benford, she pitched so well Friday night, designated player today. No ball, 2 strikes. She's fighting off some foul balls there. Walked in the first. Denali Lecker trying to get the inside corner. Will not get it on that one. 1-2. We talked about this Friday night, Yvette. The Bears have so many players that can come from the field and pitch. And, I mean, they're just versatile players. A lot of pieces to play with.
Cajuns have a few of them themselves, but it's good to see the two-way players.
I like that, too, because these are, you can tell they're people who want to play. You know, they make themselves valuable in so many different places. You see some of the Cajun players who can play multiple positions as well.
That's what I always tell every kid that goes to a camp.
Nice play by Valdez at third. Looked close at first. I wonder if they're going to want to talk about this one.
I tell you, that was a outstanding play, and I think Glenn Moore is going to ask for. Oh, she might be off the bag.
Did she come off the bag on that catch?
We'll have to see if the timing with the getting it back, the foot getting back on the bag, and
go again.
The touch from the runner, so we're safe here.
Looks like she's off. Just
safe
a
here.
touch.
Let's see what happens on the.
Ooh.
Close. Very close. She comes down.
Ty go to the runner. We already talked about that one. We're laughing about that Friday night. We had our debate about Ty goes to the runner.
It's an umpire that taught me that. Said, does the ball beat the runner?
Right.
That's what it's supposed to be. And that was awfully close because Allred did a good job of getting that foot back down, but
Yvette, it's just
as the runner's touching
Binford's
the bag.
foot is touching the bag.
So we'll have to see here.
All right, we're going to go at it one more time here. Again, comes up
Safe
a little
there.
bit. Oof.
I think the runner is going to get the benefit of this.
Watch when she comes down. Did she touch the bag?
Well, that's a kind of not as great an angle as we
Yeah.
saw before. See, right there doesn't even look like she's got the bag.
Yeah. But did she graze it?
Boy, I wish I'd have had this in my time. But you know what? It's amazing how many times the umpires are correct.
Yeah.
That angle doesn't look like she got the bag.
No, that one looks like it. She's definitely safe. Now the other angles.
It looks like it's almost simultaneously.
Yeah.
Good challenge. You got two challenges in a game. See, there we can't, we might be fooled. Definitely not down.
Nice frame by frame work.
Yeah,
guys.
great job, guys.
Now here, if the back of her foot got that corner of the bag, I think she's out on this angle.
If they only have that angle, then she's going to be out. If they see the other angle, I think she might be safe. All depends on what they're looking at. It is supposed to be conclusive. See right there? I don't think she's on the bag.
Yeah. But then we've got a blurry. We need our NCIS people in on this with their, or CSI people in with their technology.
Okay, now the beauty of this is that let's not take too long. Okay, let's just. I know we want to get it right, but
We do have a doubleheader. We like the time it took them to go through this.
yeah, they were trying to make sure.
So Binford out on a tight play. Great throw by Valdez. And that'll bring out Sydney Colossus, the catcher. She lined out in the first. Foul ball, third base. They're going to call it foul. So you've got Sam Rowe playing catcher, your usual third baseman. You've got Valdez, your catcher, playing third today for the Cajuns. And Denali Lecker. Now, Yvette, pulling Delpre after one inning, but keeping Lecker in even though you gave up 3, what's the thinking there? That you think Lecker needs more work, that you want to see more out of her?
I think so. I think so.
1 ball, 2 strikes now on Sydney Colossus. Slow grounded Ellistat, and Ellistat doing a very un-Ellistat kind of thing.
Kind of slow grounder, tried to scoop it up, but just didn't make a play.
Yeah, and Ellistat, it just looked like it was a very casual kind of play. Slow ground ball, almost too much of a good thing. Here we go, let's watch it one more time. Slow ground ball, I'm thinking should be an easy one.
Just comes up on the heel of her glove.
So they'll call that an error on Ellistat. Sends Colossus to first. Amber Tovin doubled the center fielder in the
Score this.
I think they're scoring that.
Really? I think she expected a different hop.
So 8 hits now for Baylor, and this will be a 9th hit in the gap off the wall. Baylor run number 5, Baylor run number 6 in. And what a shot by Shannon Vovoda.
Yeah, the ball up the bat, you thought maybe had a chance to get out of the park. She got all of that pitch. And the Baylor Bears have found something they like today.
And we've said this about Vovoda. She drove in the 1-run Friday night. She's already driven in a run and now 2 more here. And so Vovoda finding a way and making herself worthy of that regular spot today.
The Cajuns look like they're content with trying to let Locker work out.
Yeah, but doubling the single today.
And that's what you need in recruiting. You have to have contacts. You have to get lucky.
Soft liner, Nice catch by Maddie Hayden. Second out. That'll bring in Taylor Strain. Taylor Strain does not have a hit, but she does have 2 sacrifices, so she's been getting it done and moving Baylor Bears around. An RBI in the second inning. Moved a runner over in the first, brought a runner in with a sacrifice in the second. One ball, no strike. That one low and outside from Sam Ryan, the third Raging Cajun pitcher. Baylor already up 6-0 here in the top of the third and looking to blow this one open.
Wow, look at the hitting. 625 for Baylor and the Cajuns at 286.
A 340-point differential there, Coach. I'm doing my sophomore class math as I try to help a sophomore with his homework. I can't do much more these days.
You do all the math. Math and me.
I'll let you do the softball. Three and one on Taylor Strain, the Baylor Bears right fielder. Sam Ryan looking to get the Cajuns out of an inning. This one will come in, get her a strike. So Baylor has come in swinging the bat and swinging the bat well. Trying to even this series and off to a good start. Fouls it off. Good little pop to it, but late swing.
You know, that game on Friday night just breezed along. There was
no
hitting, no scoring, so those games fly.
You and I are done an hour and 45 minutes into this one.
Yeah, those games fly, but, you know, when you're scoring runs, it's just the third inning here.
Outside corner gives Sam Ryan a strikeout. And the Raging Cajuns have closed off the top of the third, but not before Baylor gets more. 2 more. Your score after 2.5 as we go to the bottom of the third. It's Baylor 6, Raging Cajuns nothing. You're listening and watching ESPN Plus. And 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. Riley Crandall still on the hill, facing the top of the Raging Cajuns order, and Maya Davis.
What a different team.
Oh, actually, wait, we're facing Kayla Falterman. Sorry.
What a different team we've seen since Friday night. Wow. They have come out on fire.
Falterman 0 for 1. Friday night, scored a run. And Riley Crandall, a totally different pitcher from what we saw for the first 3 batters.
And she's in a groove now. And she is hitting her spots. That screwball right there is kind of an unhittable pitch. She puts it right there on the knees, on the corner to a lefty. Dynamite.
Great performance against Tennessee. Maya Davis Falterman trying to drop that in. Foul ball. 1-2. Falterman, the right fielder. Not a lot of work until this weekend, but again, started Friday night and again today. This one right up the middle. Oh my goodness, what a great.
Wow.
So it looks like Crandall touched it. And then really nice scoop and stop by Pylon. Let's watch it again.
And really, she didn't have to throw to first. She's making sure.
Yeah, still in the air. Yeah.
I guess she's making sure.
Nice job. Good team defense by the Baylor
Well, that
Bears.
just goes to show you right now everything's going the Bears' way. And that's usually what happens when you're getting out hit and outscored. Good hit balls turn into excellent defensive plays.
All right, so now the speedy Maya Davis, Raging Cajun center fielder. She is coming to work. She singled in the first. Got all the way to third with no outs and couldn't get in.
See the flag out there? The wind's not blowing that bad right now. Yesterday, that flag probably would have flown off that flagpole.
Well, and 5 minutes ago was flapping in the other direction towards the
swirling.
northwest. Yeah.
Just swirling. We don't get a lot of wind in Southwest Louisiana, but we had it.
We've had it.
We got it.
1-1. Davis trying to drop one in, but no. Speedy play by Mackenzie Wilson.
And again, being a lefty helps out there, but good read off the bat. Initially, you thought it had a chance, but then the longer it stayed up, you knew that Wilson probably was going to track it down, and she did.
And we saw Wilson make an amazing play towards the tail end of Friday night's game as she dove across her body. So we know that she can get it done. So 2 outs for the Cajuns. Maddie Hayden, who doubled in the first inning. She too stranded like Maya Davis.
Well, being a lefty, she can track down a lot of those balls that are hit to left center.
We're going to call this one a little low. 2-0 against Maddie Hayden. And as you said, Crandall's gotten into a rhythm, just seems much more authoritative, much more in command, much more aggressive.
Well, you'd think she'd have a lot of confidence with a 6-0
6-0 lead, yeah.
Nothing that drives a coach crazier than giving the circle a 6-0 lead and then come out and throw balls,
yeah,
and walk batters. But she is not doing that. They're coming right at the Cajuns. And then the Bears are making some nice defensive plays.
They're going to call this one a touch high. Still trying to get that outside corner is Crandall. Bottom of the third, all Baylor right now, 6-0. High chopper, nice catch. The relay not in time, but Maddie Hayden's got wheels, so we knew that was going to be tough.
Well, nice play, but Pylon makes a good play, but when you run that well, that's a base hit.
There you go, high chopper. And Hayden just out of the box so quickly, too, even. So the Raging Cajuns have a base runner. Well, look at that runners on graphic, right? 571 for Baylor, 333 for Louisiana. Another part of our story on this ball game. Brings up Alexa Langlier's walked in the first. Baylor went out to a 1-0 lead. Cajuns load the bases with no outs in the bottom of the first, but could not score. And since then, it has really been all Baylor. Langlier's fouls went off to the right side. 1-1. We welcome you on a Sunday afternoon. 1:13 p.m. And we have a second game of this doubleheader 30 minutes after this one ends.
Langlier's such a good-looking athlete. Swings the bat, got a lot of pop in her bat. Had a home run on Friday night.
Yeah, she'd been nursing a sprained ankle. We saw her last weekend and didn't expect to, and she has not left the lineup since. And been moving well, so evidently the ankle is cooperating with it. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Alexa Langliers. Entered the game hitting .455. As I said, had a walk in the first. She's also got a homer. She's got a couple RBIs. One of those coming Friday night. And the strikeout. So you say all these nice things, and then there's a strikeout because Riley Crandall, Baylor Bears, 10 hits already. And they lead this one 6-0.
It's been all Baylor so far.
All right, here we go with Shea Govan, the first baseman. Single, a ground out. No, 2 singles, I'm sorry. 2 singles and 2 RBIs.
Ooh.
Long play to third. And Alred can't scoop it up. Sam Rowe ran into an umpire.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if I've ever seen this, but the Cajun infielders are playing like baseball, like a slow pitch. That's how much respect. Yeah, I don't know what Blue's doing there.
And still almost had a shot at it. Alred just couldn't come up with it.
Nothing you can do about that. I'm surprised Glasgow didn't come out, but, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
Nimble footwork by the umpire.
Yeah. Again, just playing so deep, which is, you don't normally see that too much in this game, but so much respect for Govan and her power.
Emily Hott now, number 4 for Baylor. Senior, 5'8", out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Got a single and a ground out. Sam Ryan, the 3rd Raging Cajun pitcher. Good chance for her to make her mark. She's got a 4.85 ERA. She's given up a lot of hits in 4+ innings.
She does a good job of hiding the ball also.
2-2 on Emily Hott.
Well, we talked about that she likes to climb the ladder. Let's see if she'll go up with something just a little higher to see if the batter will nibble. Yep, that's exactly what she did.
But no nibbling.
No nibbling.
It's a nibble-free zone here at 1:18 on a Sunday afternoon.
No fishing.
Hott fouls this one back. Hott has a double and a home run on the year. As we said, a single in the first, a ground out in the second. She's batted every inning, as the bats of the Baylor Bears have been red hot.
Good
Swing and a
pitch.
miss. Nice pitch by Sam Ryan, outside corner.
Off the plate, or she can't really. Got to stay long on that pitch if you're going to try and hit it.
Nice pitch. So 1 out.
We talked about location for her. Hit your target.
1 out in the top of the 4th. Aaliyah Binford coming to the plate. She's walked. She's grounded out. This one will right to the right fielder. Thought for a second that might drop, but it stayed up a little bit. Good stop by Falterman. Falterman didn't have to move much either.
She didn't. It kind of woke her up a little bit. She did a little stutter step, but as you said, it looked off the bat, it looked like it might drop in. It was a well hit ball.
Sydney Colossus, the catcher. The ball gets past Rowe.
And it's got to be a pass ball.
Yeah. Let's watch it again.
The ball just goes through the wicket, I believe. Let's see here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just came up too soon with that glove.
Glove came up, ball stayed low.
I don't know if she got confused on the pitch or crossed up.
I tell you, Yvette, the more I see of Sydney Colossus, both catching and at the plate, good softball player.
Very good. I haven't seen that quick a release in some time. I mean, she's throwing the Cajun runners out by 2 and 3 steps.
She's lined out. She's gotten on an error. Ground ball. Langoliers, the throw to Alred. And for the first time in this ball game, Cajuns are out of the inning. Baylor Bears now up 6-0 as we go into the bottom of the 4th.
Ryan doing what the other 2 pitchers could not do in controlling the Baylor. It's a little shaky, and she just has clamped down. She has found her stride. And, you know, she's just a sophomore, and according to her pitching coach, Brittany Sneed-Newman, she is, quote-unquote, going to be good.
Brooke Ellistat, number 17, the Raging Cajun shortstop, in. She flied out in the first. Ellistat hitting just a touch under 330. Swing and a miss, fouled it off.
Coach Moore talked about his team just trying to find their rhythm, and so far in this game they have. This is their best production all year, I believe, right, Scott?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
They've taken on a powerhouse in Tennessee, beat McNeese only 3-2.
Yeah, even in that victory against McNeese, they were scraping for runs. And that Tennessee, you know, they lost 2 to Tennessee, the second-ranked team in the country, and by most accounts should have won that one.
Should have won the first
game
one.
of that doubleheader, yeah.
I think they were an out away from winning.
Ellistat lofts this in the air to left field. Wind didn't swirl as much on that one, and Emily Hott able to make an easy play. And just as I say that, the gusts of wind pick up in center field. And the oak trees, the leaves are flopping around.
Well, we talked about it just swirling.
So 2 flyouts for Ellistat. That brings up Sophie Piskus. Grounded out. A double play in the
nice changeup from
first
Crandall. Talked about her rise ball being her premier pitch. That's the big strikeout pitch, the gaudy pitch that everybody goes, ooh.
What was that sound again, Yvette?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And she comes back with a screwball. So we've seen a change, a rise, and a screw.
Oh, and 2 on Piskus. Swing and a miss.
She has looked awfully good.
3 strikeouts now. Watch this one go.
We'll see another screw, so it's an angle pitch.
Starts low, comes up,
Actually,
moves around.
that might have been a low rise ball. So it's moving through the zone, and that's the key. They've got to move through the zone. Oh, nice
Liner
play.
right. Nice catch by Tovin. So Allred gives it a good pop, but Tovin reaches over, makes the stop. Guys, we've gone through 4 straight, and the Baylor Bears running this one easily, 6-0 over the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Inning in the 4th, try to keep things going. She tries to get on Jerry Glasgow's regular pitching radar.
So far, so good.
Amber Tovin, the shortstop, you saw her make that great grab on Allred's liner just a second ago.
Well, it's like I talked about, when things are not going well, you know, you'll hit shots, and of course the other team will make highlight plays for ESPN.
Foul ball, top of the dugout. The Baylor Bears have come out playing well on this Sunday morning. Up 6-0 in the top of the 5th. Gorgeous day. Starting to heat up a little bit. Holds up. 1 and 2 on Amber Tovin. Pair of doubles for her so far. So entered the game 1 for 10. She's making up for it in quick work. 2 doubles. Along the line, Maddie Hayden will catch it in foul territory. Nicely hit ball, but boy, Maddie Hayden got the wheels and she tracked it down just a few steps into the foul side of things. Shannon Vovoda struck out, singled, drove in a couple. Vovoda, one of those players who making limited at-bats count. All right, big gapper to the left field. Scored a couple.
Baylor bats have come out on fire. Cajuns trying to find an answer in the circle. Sam Ryan is doing a pretty good job now.
Call that one a strike. We got 1 and 1. Top of the 5th, Sam Ryan facing Shannon Vovoda, the third baseman. Cajuns 5 and 3 on the year. Baylor 1 and 3. 22 against 23.
Defense trying to get on the same page. Looked like maybe they got mixed up with the signals. I don't know. You have the one-way, little bit of fumble there at shortstop for a base hit.
Yeah, Ellistat having trouble right there.
Ball hit well, but it's a ball that should be caught and should be an out.
Yeah, hit off to her right.
Has to move just a little bit, but comes up on her heel.
And easily beaten out. So they'll call that a second error against the Cajuns. It's also like the old hee-haw song, if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all, right? Gloom, despair, and agony on me.
Oh, my gosh.
Bringing you back, Eva?
You are pulling some stuff out. I particularly did not like hee-haw, but my dad sure did.
My dad did, too. Well, my dad liked Roy Clark. He wasn't a big Buck Owens fan, so he'd be flipping back and forth. Hayden's going to try to track this down, and Davis comes behind her and makes the grab, calls her off.
Good communication.
Yep.
I thought we were going to have a little bit of a collision out there. You've got two extremely good outfielders right there, and Hayden and Davis.
And communication.
You saw how much coverage Davis has out there. She can roam the outfield, that's for sure.
So top of the lineup, Mackenzie Wilson, a double, a single, a line out. Vovoda still on first.
And she started the day off for Baylor. You know, she got up in the first inning and got a base hit and kind of made a statement that the Baylor Bears were a little bit different from Friday night, that they were going to score some runs.
Wilson entered this one hitting .231, 3 for 13, but 2 hits already in this one. To Ryan, to Alred, and the Baylor Bears are out in the top of the 5th. We've gone through 4.5, guys. It is 6-0. The Baylor Bears in charge of this one. Raging Cajuns trying to get this one going, but running out of chances. Vacaville, California, transfer from Fresno State. And she'll come in and try to close this one out with a 6-0 lead. She'll face the Raging Cajuns in the bottom of the 5th.
And this young lady's coming back from arm surgery, thoracic outlet syndrome. I never had a player that had that, thankfully. She's a leader. Her speeds are getting better every day. She's a down ball pitcher, upper 60s. Right now, she's in the mid 60s, so she's building up that stamina and velocity.
Valdez with the fly out. That brings in Sam Rowe. Rowe 0 for 1 on the day.
See that drop ball?
She is your catcher today. The other couple times I've seen her this season, she's been your third baseman. So it looks like Army's like, again, just racking it up or loading it up. You know, the wind up, down.
Yeah, her wind-up's a little different.
In, high, low,
yep.
Wind.
Definitely have to just concentrate on the release. Soft focus on the release instead of all of the herky-jerky wind-up. She hits a Cajun in the process.
And Rowe will move over the first. That'll bring up the top, Kayla Falterman. I keep wanting to, because I wrote too big. My font size were too big, and so I've got Falterman off to the side. So apologies to the Falterman fans.
And I'm wondering if they're questioning her elbow over the strike zone. And they're saying no, she's going to be put on base, hit batter.
Falterman lined out in the 3rd. Arme comes up and down and working that outside corner, gets a strike. 65 miles an hour on that one. To Arme. No one's at second base. She threw it right to the base.
And that's what you teach. Throw straight to the bag. Miscommunication or no communication from the middle infielders before the pitch.
Tovin, the shortstop, Pylon, the second baseman, and they were on either side of the bag, but no one was where the throw was going. Nice stop. Orme, turn, throws, and everyone is frozen.
So you see Pylon was up because of the hitter in the lineup. And more than likely, that's got to be Tovin's ball all the way.
So Maya Davis comes in, a chance to move some cadence around.
But Orme did exactly what you teach. Throw to the bag.
1 out. And for the first time since the first inning, the Cajuns have runners in scoring position. Maya Davis a single in the first, fly out in the third.
No question, Cajun's best chance here for some offense.
Ground ball to second. She'll go to second, get the force. 2 outs.
Nice play there. In baseball, that's a double play. It's a given, but with the base paths, no way.
And nice catch with the runner coming across. I mean, Falterman's zooming along right near her. Good concentration. And good spin move to get that runner. So third and first, 2 outs for the Cajuns. That brings up Maddie Hayden. A walk, a strikeout. In addition to some really good defense as usual. Runners in scoring position. Baylor, 50%. Cajuns, nada. Hayden with a double and a single, 391 on the year, or at least she entered that one. Now she's got to have that above 4 now. 5'4", junior out of West Monroe, Louisiana. Ground ball to short. Throw to first. And the Bears are out of the inning. The Cajuns remain scoreless. Guys, we have gone through 5 innings right here on ESPN Plus. It was 1-0, and then Baylor's added on 5 more.
And another one of my favorite sayings, the Cajuns, as you said, had the bases loaded with 1 out, and then they hit into a double play, and I always would say, do not blow up an inning. Just do something positive. Don't destroy what could potentially be a great inning.
Strain the ground out to Ellistat. There's 1 down for the Bears. Top of the 6th, Baylor leading this one 6-0. Remember, guys, we have a second game of the doubleheader starting about 30 minutes after this one.
This score holds up. It will be the rubber match.
Govan rips another one. This one just foul. But Govan, let's talk efficiency. Single in the first, single in the second, single in the fourth.
And Blue down there at third base is getting a workout. He almost ran into a defensive player, and he just almost got hit by a line drive. He's having kind of a tough day out there.
He's got one of 2 things to say: either call and cancel his subscription or his membership at Planet Fitness, or thank those guys because he is
nimble of foot.
Yeah, he has not been hit. Here in Acadiana, he'd be a member of Red Laurel's or any of our really nice Anytime Fitness places and stuff.
There can't be a nicer facility than Red Laurel's in the country.
Well, and the guy who's done so much for the community. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Red Laurel's still going strong, too.
Yep.
Govan rips this one. Her 4th single, 4 for 4 and all singles.
Definitely a power pull hitter. Everything's been to the left side. All-American showing her prowess.
And just a good, solid rip.
And you see, she's short and compact with that swing. Not a lot of movement. Going A to B.
Hayden tracks it down, keeps it to a single. Emily Hott up. single, a ground out, and a strikeout for Emily Hott.
Let's see if Glenn Moore is going to have a pinch runner, and he is. I didn't know if he had already run for her, but evidently not.
And probably the best hit ball off of Sam Ryan so far, right, Yvette?
I would think so, yeah.
Ryan's come in and pitched good ball.
She's done a great job to maybe get her name etched into that lineup. As we talked about, you know, there's big losses for the Cajuns in the circle with Lamb and Shurman gone.
Yeah.
Trying to find out who's going to back up Sam Landry. Chloe Riosetto made a definite case for herself on Friday night. She was phenomenal. So I'm sure we'll see. I would think we're going to see Sam Landry in the next game.
I would imagine too. 0-2 on Hott. Rowe came up ready to throw.
I don't know if that was a waste pitch. To see if they were running.
To center, Maya Davis trying to track it down. It goes low. Hayden will scoop it up. They're able to contain or minimize the damage. So
Maya Davis must have been playing deep. See how far she has to run to get to this ball.
And going across her body and trying to scoop it
she's
up.
Behind the logo.
She's back there.
This ball kind of just dies.
Coming, and
you know that's usually a play.
47 p.m. here on this Sunday afternoon. Game one of a doubleheader. Number 22 against number 23. And the Baylor Bears in charge of this one. Slow grounder, Ellistat with the scoop. The throw to first. They get one out. Bears move to third and second.
But again, we talk about the positive at-bats. She moved runners.
And an RBI opportunity for Sydney Colossus, the catcher, with 2 outs.
Look at all this specialized gear now. Scott, sliding mitt. Also could use it maybe when you're cooking.
Listen to you making your product. See, much like a utilities player, got out of a little trouble in the 5th. Facing Cajun's hottest hitter, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with that windup.
Well, that's aerobics, but it's effective.
You had to bend down every pitch.
Got to have good knees to come low. Pop
She's
up.
young. She's young. Starts off behind on this hitter, 2-0.
Langlier's a walk and a strikeout.
He said she's a down ball pitcher, upper 60s. She's working back from surgery.
Langlier's been playing second base since the middle of the Mardi Gras Classic and hasn't left. And she can play multiple positions if Jerry Glasgow has to get creative out there.
Cajuns got their utility players also. When you go to camp, little girls, learn all the positions. You never know what a coach might need. Learn them all. Just don't say, I played in the outfield.
Well, make yourself more valuable, too.
Absolutely.
Right? Because you might be a really good outfielder and then someone else.
You might be a really good outfielder, but the team, your dream school might not need an outfielder that year.
Or the next person coming in is a really good outfielder, but they still want to find a spot for you. Brooke Ellistat up, the shortstop.
When you're down 6 runs, I think that kind of stymies your running game here.
Ellistat's had kind of a tough day on the field, which is very unlike her. There's a
lines
went right to the left fielder.
Can't
Emily.
hit it. You can't hit it any better.
Yeah, Emily Hott got a good jump on it. And great stop. Ellistat popped it.
And it's like I said, when you're down 6-0, if you were up 6-0, that's probably going to be a base hit. It'll find a hole somewhere.
And then you got that lead, you got that extra juice. You're feeling pumped up, and boy, Emily Hott got moving on that one right away. Read it beautifully. Piskus. Sophie Piskus, a ground out in the first, a strikeout in the fourth. Started off the season really hot, but has calmed down a bit. She'd like to get back on track again. Your designated player for the day. She's hit a homer. She's got 7 RBIs on the year.
I mean, there's not very many signals you're going to give in this situation. It's hit, hit, hit.
Move some people around. In this case, it's Alexa Langoliers who's on first.
Piskus, you see her with her routine, big breath. It's important to have a routine that you relax and breathe.
1, 2. The double play, and the Cajuns are done just that quickly. Great stop and great move by Tovin, who set everything in motion. Let's watch it again.
Yeah, not a typical. She's going to flip this with her glove,
Yeah.
which she could very easily have done with her hand, but good turn, and nothing the Cajuns that are doing right now is working offensively.
Yeah, that was a nice, gentle little toss from Tovin.
And if you're the Cajuns and the score stands up this way, you just flush it because you got a rubber match, and you know both teams are going to fight and scratch in the next game to win this series, since they'll be tied up 1-1.
Sophie Piskus moving to catcher. Delpray's first pitch to Amber Tovin. It's a foul. High, big swing, 0-2.
To the season, and the coaches showed some confidence in her to put her back out there, and you know, as we said, she's working back from an injury.
Pop up, Langoliers,
Quick inning.
and Delpray does her job. Her second inning of work, much better than the first. And the Raging Cajuns are going into the bottom of the 7th. They need 6 runs to keep this one going. They need 7 to win it. It's 6-0. Rowe, this is a single right up the middle.
Throwing back. Trying to throw behind her. I don't know what kind of lead she had at first. Or if she thought she could throw her out from center field, which has been done.
Mackenzie Wilson firing it over to first, so the Cajuns stay alive.
Do we have a pinch hitter?
I think we do.
Is that Lainey Crader?
I think it is. Lainey Crader, we've seen a few times out in right field in the early part of the season.
Pinch runner. Jerry Glasgow emptying his bench here.
So Lainey Crader at the plate, your pinch hitter. Old Mines, Missouri.
But born in Lafayette.
Right. Definitely Raging Cajun, South Louisiana connection.
Well, with a name like Crader.
You knew there was something.
And that's how you say it, people listening to us. Crader.
Outside corner, 0-1 on Lainey Crader. As Army looking to close things out with Baylor leading 6-0, a Raging Cajun on first. This one just a little bit lower. They'll call that one a ball.
Strike zone just got a little tighter. Thought maybe that was a strike.
Yeah, it was close to the same
The
spot.
first pitch was pretty close also.
Yeah. Bottom of the 7th, and it has been all Baylor in this one, guys.
Hitter's pitch here. Let's see what she does.
Look, she's thrown 3 pitches in about the same spot. 2 of them are called strikes.
Maybe an inch lower this time.
That's a good eye by the umpire if you're able to tell that difference. 1-2 against Crater. Orme gets it, swing and a miss. And this one's over. Game 1 of your doubleheader has ended. The Baylor Bears bounce back from that Friday night loss to the Cajuns. Cajuns won that one 4-1, but it's all Baylor in this one, 6-0.